Live from the J.C. Newman Cigar Studio and the Gurkha Cigar Studio in the great state of New Hampshire, welcome to the Smokin Tabacco Show with your hosts, Matt Tobacco and Smokin Nicole.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Smokin Tabacco Show. My name is Matt Tobacco from SmokinTabacco.com, and I'm not joined by Smokin Nicole tonight. Nicole is, unfortunately, the latest sick member in the house. It always starts with the little ones. They bring it home. And then usually mom gets it first, and I know my time's coming. I'm enjoying what time I have left before I'm confined to the bedroom. It's depressing. Anyway, that time hasn't come yet. We also had a cancellation. And I bring this up because I had to go to the bullpen and bring in my Mariano Rivera. For those who know baseball. If you don't worry about it. But I had to bring in my closer here. I had to go to my old reliable, my good friend, my 2025 Person of the Year, Mr. Mann. Les, welcome back to the show.
Always good to be on the show, and if you're going to compare me to Rivera, that's pretty high standards. Thank you.
Person of the Year. Come on.
Actually, from a Red Sox fan, that kind of shocked me.
Well, I'm still a fan of the game, and he was pretty damn good, Very consistent.
Yeah. Hey, my condolences on Sunday from Levi's Stadium.
It's okay. We still got 6. We got a great foundation.
So Steelers. By the way, I couldn't be a happier guest knowing that they don't have 7 when my Steelers have 6, and knowing that Drake May's not the youngest ever to win a Super Bowl. Do you know who that is? Who would be the youngest to ever win a Super Bowl?
Oh, I did know this. Was it No, I know. Was it Roethlisberger?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember looking at you because I think Roethlisberger's the youngest, and then I think Brady was the second youngest, or Brady was, then it was Roethlisberger. I know Brady, because Brady was super young during that Super Bowl 36, that first one. I know he was really young.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know how good he is, but I'm not I live in New England. Let's stop there.
Yeah, you don't belong here, Les.
You don't. Let me tell you something. We have a heat wave today at 38 degrees. There's snow everywhere. There's ice. It's freezing. And yes, we don't belong here for sure. I have a sweatshirt on.
I don't belong here.
It's miserable.
It sucks, dude. It really awful. Does.
It's so bad outside. And by the way, I think we're going to hit 40 on Saturday. And then like this snow's going nowhere, and so I'm in Rhode Island, you're up in New Hampshire. It might even be colder and even more snow.
Yeah, I work in Boston, as you know. So during the day today, I was down in Boston, and I was outside, and I was like, oh, it's the last couple of days I've been feeling it in my bones, and today I was like, I think I have 4 layers on. So I'm like, I think I'm going to take off my heavy jacket and just go with my heavy sweatshirt, because it's not, it's cold, but it's not like, once you go below freezing, that's a different kind of cold where like there's nothing you can do to escape that. But then when it's like above 32, 35, it's kind of like, it's cold out, but like I can stand out here all day, and provided it's not super windy, I don't feel like I'm going to die. And it was nice. It was refreshing, and it was very wet because then all the ice and the snow was starting to melt. So, hey, I'll take it. We're halfway through February.
Yes.
Another 30 to 40 days, it'll be a little nicer.
If you don't listen to that groundhog.
Yeah, no, but no, did we still listen to that thing? Like, that's just a novelty at this point. I don't think. That doesn't mean nothing.
Oh, hey, by the way, one of the best movies of all time, though.
I know, with Bill Murray. It was a good movie. That was a good movie. I do like that movie.
Yes. Yeah, but anyway, thanks for having me on the show. Obviously, it's very very happy and glad to be here, and I hope Nicole and Anastasia feel. Let me tell you something. Daycare starts everything, man. I mean, it's in daycare and it comes home, and now it's in your house. Been there, done that. Read that book a lot of times.
The first winter with her was the worst because she just brought everything home. Whereas, to be honest, we actually haven't been sick. This is actually the first time Anastasia got sick since before the surgery. She hasn't been like full-blown sick like this in probably at least a year. So we've actually been
the flu shots.
I don't think we did the flu shots this year.
What do you mean you don't think? Did you do them? Or
No, we didn't do them. No, we didn't do the flu shots.
Yeah,
so
I do them every year.
Yeah, so no, we've actually, now that I think about it, I stop and think about it, I'm like, we've actually been doing pretty good, all things considered. We made it this far.
Yeah. You belong in New Hampshire.
For now. It's at some point, it's gonna, I can't, props to you, and this isn't an old joke or whatever, but I have a bigger point here, but like props to you for still being up here. Like most people by your age are like, fuck this, I'm moving south. Like everyone wants to retire and go to Florida. You know what I mean? Like the fact that you're still sticking it out, man, like good for you. I mean, you're tougher than you look.
Well, I do you a favor. You call me at like 5:30. I'm wrapping up work, and now you're getting on me for my old age. And
well, no, that's not what I mean. I'm just saying, like.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Props to you. Your old age, sticking out all this something. We'll have to. Hey, by the way, we'll have to get Warner Wolf and go back to the videotape and replay it to see what exactly you said. But anyway, all jokes aside, yeah, I wouldn't miss it. Wouldn't miss trying to help you out for the world.
I appreciate it, Les. You've always been a good friend. And I love you very much, and it's great to have you here.
Thank you. Good to be here.
First of all, before we get too into the weeds, I got a couple of friends I gotta thank.
Thank them.
They help me. They help me be here every week. Our first is, of course, our friends at the number 2 GuyCigars.com. That's right, the number 2 GuyCigars.com. Head over today for an amazing selection of cigars and accessories from brands you know and love, and maybe a few you haven't quite discovered. Do yourself a favor. Head over there today, place an order at the number 2 GuyCigars.com. Les, I know you're not smoking with me, and Nicole's not with me. I'm kind of smoking solo here, but that's okay. I'm used to it. But I am smoking an Old Faithful as well, a cigar that I thoroughly enjoy, and that's the My Father Connecticut Toro. Nothing new, nothing crazy, but it's a good one. I smoke a lot of these in my downtime when I'm not smoking stuff for blogging, and I just want to have something. I've really enjoyed these historically, and I recently got a couple of boxes, and I've been getting heavy into them again, and they've been great. But also, they wouldn't be anywhere if it wasn't for the accessories I use to cut and light them. And I don't know about you, but I love to shake up the legacy with SD Dupont. What about you, Les? Have you heard of SD Dupont?
Yeah, I have heard about that, but I'm going to let you say what you need to say here, so I don't have to shake you up.
Well, anyway, I shake up the legacy every week with my SD Dupont products, featuring a couple of goodies here. First of all, my 2025 accessory of the year, the new Defi windproof soft flame lighter, as well as, oh look, let's see, this is another reason, because Les will always come prepared. You know, I don't have to tell him. Make sure you bring your.
Well, you know what? I'm so old. I've learned to come prepared.
Yeah. You know, this is why you're a legend, Les. You know, you never miss a beat.
Wow.
Also, got to give you a lot of credit because I know you were involved in this one. This is a special one. The new, the limited. They might be sold out everywhere at this point. I don't know. The new Fuente collection from SD Dupont, featuring the 2024 accessory of the year, the Biggie lighter. And the cigar stand cutter, which this is not my first one. I still have my first one that I've had since like 2017, 2018, whenever they first came out. Oh, I love that thing. And it's still sharp as ever. I've cut thousands of cigars, literally thousands of cigars with that cutter. That thing is still like surgical knife sharp. It's amazing. So anyway, there's my ST Dupont ad. You know, it's my love for the Dupont. Fitting. You know, it's all here. The stars have aligned.
Hey, we gotta get you a new. We have a new logo. We'll get you a new logo.
Oh, that's right. You have the new lettering. You have the.
Yes. Look at your Fuente Opus X cutter.
The camera doesn't quite pick it up, but yes, that's right. You have to send me that over.
I will. But you know what? In my age, I might forget, so you might have to.
Oh, come on! Okay? You're never gonna let me. You're gonna let me let this go now.
I'm getting tired. Are we almost done?
Oh, wow. I wasn't even trying to that's not where I was going with. I was trying to make people usually, the geese fly south by that point, man. Like, what are you still doing here? Enjoy your life.
If Nicole was on the show tonight, she would have muted your microphone.
She'd be all on your side. She'd be like, Les, how dare you let him do that?
We continue.
To be continued. Well, yes. I almost clicked on the wrong one. There we go. It's been, I can't remember the last time you were on the show, but it's been a little while.
Yeah.
But you've been busy. You've been really busy. And I'm trying to remember it maybe been 2 years. And in that time, because I'm trying to think in that time since you were here last, what has changed? The Fuente collection, the Defi Windproof has come out. I think, have you been on since the Biggie? Or maybe you might have come on right when the Biggie first came out.
I think it was right when Biggie and Slimmy and Twiggy came out, if I remember correctly, because that was a brand new torch lighter system, ignition, flat flame, everything, and that was a big introduction and still going strong. So it's wow. You know what? We're a sponsor. I'm the person of the year, and you don't have me back for 2 years. That makes me feel good.
Oh wow! Come on, you're making me feel all sorts about it tonight.
No. Hey, I gotta tell you, I'm really honored. I think this, the person of the year. I'll put that plaque next to my Heisman or my green jacket. I mean, it is truly an honor. I think, it's funny. I'm looking at this on your screen, and look, we're in the cigar industry for a reason, and I'm proud for the accessory component of the industry that I was recognized for everyone in the accessory business, what every company does, because they supply the fun too. All the cigar manufacturers make such unbelievably hand-rolled product, and we really enjoy it. You need our being the entire industry's accessories, and I on behalf of every accessory manufacturer out there, it's really special to me to have this honor, this award, and I'm grateful for the amount of years I've been in the industry, and it really as I get to the senior tour here, this was a good one for me, and I really appreciate it 100%.
The thing is, and I know you mentioned the accessory thing, and I know that I'll be honest with you. No one's complained that someone that doesn't work for a cigar manufacturer did. Everyone that saw that it was like, that was well deserved. Just so you know, that's full transparency. There's so many people in this industry I talk to, and I mention your name, and before the rest of your name's out of my mouth, it's like, oh my God, Les Mann. You know what I mean? It's like I mentioned Jesus. I mean, there's a lot of respect for you in this business. No, this is real. I mean, there's a lot of respect for you in this business.
Tom Brady.
Hey, come on. I've been taking notes. Come on.
I'm on it.
I don't make the same mistake twice.
My goal is to make you lose your train of thought.
I know what you're doing, but
yes.
But no, I mean, but the thing is look, a lot of people have a lot of respect for you. The accessories are an important part of the business. And I'll be honest with you, from a media standpoint, accessories get more traffic than cigar releases. Wrapper binder filler is beaten by a new cutter or lighter times 4. And many people might find that crazy, but the numbers speak for themselves. And the other thing I'll say is, as much as maybe you're in the accessory realm, you work with cigar manufacturers and cigar companies and brands all the time. From the collaborations you do, coordination, and all these things that I've watched you over the years do. And you're also a person that you get it done. You know what I mean? You don't mess around. You're organized. You get it done. And the products speak for themselves. I mean, look at the launch of the Perdomo 60th collection last year. Then you had the Fuente collection unveil. I mean, those deals and those products don't get done with those companies and the people who run them without you putting in a lot of work. I know that's true. To the quality and to the caliber.
I think let's hit on that for a second too, because
and not that you're alone either. I know there's other people involved, but I know you do a lot of legwork.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean we have a great team at Kohl's, but and in Paris, but it's really, in my opinion, it's really branding, not just the product, and the cast of characters, and getting everybody together, and a lot of work, and it was very visible last year in New Orleans when we unveiled in our Dupont booth, and we had Carlito, Cynthia, Carlos, Ciro. We had Tommy Curse. We had people from Fuente come over, and we had the media, you guys there. So there's a lot of moving pieces. You just can't launch a product. There's social media. There's advertising. There's so much pieces to the puzzle when you're doing a collaboration. We did the same thing with George in his booth 2 years ago.
I was there for that too.
Yeah, and we all we did the Liga with JD. So there you now I'm going to throw this back at you and how I was happy for the accessory component of the industry. A lot of this cannot be done without what I'm just going to lump in as the media, be it print, be it electronic, be it bloggers, everything, because they also work hard to get their stories out. They also work hard to create such great content. And remember, especially when you're dealing with our brand, with Dupont, at such a high, it's the highest luxury level in the industry. We want to make sure that it all is portrayed that way. So as we're talking about what I do, it obviously can never be successful or ever happen without A, the cigar people, without B, the production people, being Faverge, being Paris, C, with Mark Cole and Cole's the London team letting me go a little, believing in me that, hey, guys, this is going to be a good one here, and kind of letting me run. And then D is the media people that continue to post, continue to talk about, and quite frankly, and God, I've been since PCA last year, I never really got into the Instagram at all. I'd look at it, but not really.
Yeah.
Now I would, if I'm addicted, it's a pretty good word, but I've gone from 400 followers to almost 4,000 in 10 months. But the people that follow me, they post my product. They, what I'm trying to say? Like, it's one big, I'll quote the great prophet Carlito Fuente. It's not about the cigars. It's about the family. It's about the people. It's about this whole industry.
Right.
And quite frankly, it's the retailers too that do the posting with my products. It's the consumers when they buy, a new Dupont lighter. They're, the Defi, the windproof. All of a sudden, they're on 7T at Pebble, and they got their Defi out there. You know what I mean? Everybody contribute. The circle of life. Everybody contributes here to such great collaborations, and at the end of the day, you got to have a lot of fun doing it. I'm not into it. Yeah, am I into it for the business aspect? I think we all are, right? There's no doubting that. But I personally really am into it for the fun and for the interactions. And there's the coolest thing is when you do things like that and you see it posted and you see it in a retail store and you're like, that's the Dupont stuff. That's, you know what I mean? When you see it come to life and you see people posting, loving it. So, again, it's the the whole collaboration part. There are so many moving pieces to the puzzle, but everybody is a part of a puzzle that also drinks that Kool-Aid, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That believes in it, that likes it, that gives you the support. And that, to me, when it all comes to fruition, a job well done.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was very well said. We see it every day. I mean, look, you mentioned the media. I mean, I appreciate that. We do our part too, and in our position, we kind of see, every company, they're wrapped up in what they're doing, as they should be, So I think it's hard. I mean, I think everybody kind of knows everyone's doing what they're doing because they know what they're doing themselves. But from the media standpoint, we kind of see things from the outside a little bit more, and you see all the steps, you know what I mean, that everyone's making all the time, and all the moving pieces, everything you talked about. And I find it fascinating. I know I'm not the only one, but I find it fascinating. And, you kind of, you pick up on things, you see things, and to watch things come together. And, sometimes you hear about things that are happening that people don't know about yet. And, it's coming, and you watch the process, and then it finally comes out, and you see, and it's just the whole thing, from seed to smoke, as they would say on the cigar manufacturer side. It's a beautiful thing, and I think you're right. It's the people. The people, number one. It's what keeps me in this, and it's what keeps me going in this. Really, if it wasn't for that, people would say, "Well, you guys make money on advertising." Yeah, that's true, we do. But I could close up tomorrow and. That's not what it is. It's the people. It's really the people for me. I love being around the people in the industry and the relationships we've created over the years, and people like you. I mean, it really is. It's special, and to work with special people is amazing too. So
yeah,
just job well done. That's all I have left for you.
I also, we're first of all, it's, I don't even know what time it is, 7:30ish, something like that.
7:28
on a Wednesday night, when we're still work. Is this work? Yeah, it's work, but it's fun work, right? We could be downstairs watching the Olympics or something else too. But this is this industry is constantly evolving and constantly moving. And I want to get back to one other thing too about the media. Again, I don't do your job, and I'm assuming the two busiest times of the year or year in when you all do your top 20, 25 countdown, and obviously now in April with PCA. And I recognize the PCA part, and I make it, PCA for me is very demanding. There's breakfast meetings, there's dinners, there's after dinners, there's on the trade show floor. I'm all over the place on the trade show floor, and I have customers and I sit in meetings, but I always slot time for appointments for the media. And I do it for the simple reason of I don't want them to be pressured and rushed in, but I also want them to, one thing about PCA is, and I've seen this on all the bloggers, especially even on Smokin Tabacco, they look forward to PCA because they can't go, the consumers, right? And you try to bring New Orleans to them. And I recognize that and understand that. And as you know, in our Dupont booth, it's almost like a museum. It's almost, we have jewelry cases. So our things our products are in jewelry cases that you take pictures, that you show people exactly trying to bring that experience as best as you can through electronic media. And I think it's so important that our consumers see that. And that's why I have my own table at the show, and the majority of it is with the media. And look, let's just say our interview's 20 minutes, but then for the next 10 minutes, what else have you seen? I'd like to hear from you. What's hot? What do you like so far? What's going on? It's all important, because then I can also talk to customers, say, hey, did you go to XYZ? I heard about that. That can't happen unless the media people are in our booth and I'm meeting with them and talking to them. And I think it's so important, the media's role. Look, it's a trade show. I forget what I was saying before. It might have been about the collaborations, how business is business, right? And, trade shows are with your retailers. I spend as much time talking to our retailers. How's their business? How's their family? Who got married? Who's having kids? Things like that. And then writing business, which is what a trade show is supposed to be, right? But I just think there's an element, and maybe that's just my responsibility, I'm not sure, but there's an element of me making sure that every media badge member has time with me, my people, our booth, whatever it needs to be done, because without them, the outside world has no idea what's going on that trade show floor, right? And we all post, and we do FaceTime, like what's that, FaceTime Live? I don't do that. I'm just on the, I'll post every day. One of my goals for one day of the 3 days, and Doug Kaufman, my sales rep out on the West Coast, my feet need to be the first one on the trade show floor. I've done it every year. So I get there at like 7:30. I have to sweet talk the little old lady, to let me in and know what's going on. But, I like being there, and I just, I want to make sure that consumers and retailers that can't make it to the show can experience what your eyes are seeing through that camera, what my eyes are seeing, and bring it to the people in a way that gets them all fired up about this industry, this PCA. The whole team is doing an unbelievable job with what they're doing, expanding the globe, the trade show. There's a lot of good things going on, and we all should be very proud of what's going on to let everybody else experience what we are so lucky to have badges and experience what we can experience.
Yeah, I agree. Very well said. I mean, look, and that's the thing, too. I want to touch on the first thing you said, which when you talk about the consumers that can't go to the show, obviously, and you're trying to bring the show to them. I think it's important you say that because, there's been talk over the years, people suggested, well, they should just have the media like in one corner and people should go to them. And it's like, no. And the reason is because, and Coop will say this too, we're trying to bring the vibe and the pulse of the show to everyone. Being in the booth, getting the vibe, showing the booth, showing like your booth and so many other great ones. This look at this booth, look at these products, look at the people, look at the vibe, look at the traffic. It's you're giving them a taste of what's on the floor. If you take everyone off the floor and go somewhere else to do an interview, I can do that here. I have no reason to fly it out to New Orleans or Las Vegas. I can do that here. And that's why people come on the show the other 360 days of the year. Very well said. It's true. And there's a lot going on, and it's a lot to take in. And look, it is our biggest, for me and some of the other media guys that I'm close with, the trade show is probably the busiest time of the year. There's a lot of announcements, a lot of traffic, a lot to cover. The show itself, before the show, after the show, it's a lot. And it is a demanding show, even for us. For an average retailer, you show up, you walk the floor, you go to the booths you have to, you go to some of the booths you're interested in. You're not going to go to every booth. And, that's fine. And then people are going to do the business they need to do, and they're going to leave. Manufacturers, you guys are in your booth doing the reverse, but you're in one spot, and you're busy. That's not to say you're not busy, but you're busy in one spot. The rest of us, we're trying to cover that whole floor in 3 days. It's a lot. And we never get to every booth. And I tell people that, I'm like, look, we're never going to get to every booth, and there's an attack plan that we have, and I know everybody wants us to come, but we can't get to every booth. It's a lot. It's from early in the morning when you're tired and probably a little hungover from the night before, to all day on the floor, and then you get off the floor and you got to go eat, and then you got to go to some other gathering and do this, and because you've been there with me for all of those. It is.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's exciting because you get to see everybody, but it's also it's exhausting. It's not a vacation. Sometimes I come home from that trip more tired than when I left, which says something. So it's not a vacation for me by any means. I don't get rest. I don't get, I have some fun, but I think it's the same for. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. And I think it's the same for all of you guys. In different ways, but it is. And to watch you guys in your booths making your magic and doing your thing is something special too. And we appreciate you. We appreciate, all you guys that show up, and you give us the time of day, you do a good job, you put on a good presentation. I mean, that's what it's all about, It's exciting. I look forward to it every year.
And one of the fun things about the Dupont booth is when you're in there, there's the retailers, the manufacturers come look at our. You're shaking hands and talking to a lot of people than just besides me outside of my Dupont team. There's always other people always in my booth wanting to know what is the new thing, what's going on in here, and it almost gets to the point where it's almost like a social thing too to be in the Dupont booth, being able to see a lot of different people, and that's kind of cool. And by the way, that doesn't happen overnight either. So that's all part of the whole. That's all part of the whole plan.
Yeah, it's curated.
Yeah, it is.
So let's talk a little bit about the Fuente collection we talked about. We talked about the Defi Windproof, which obviously performed well with us.
I would say that Defi Windproof, and I've had my share of a lot of different torch lighters over the last 25 years. Talking torch, not flint. That's the best torch lighter ever made. There's no doubt in my mind. The flame, the windproofness, the grip, the aesthetics, the weight, everything about this baby. And when I say that, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, right? And I could probably say the same thing about the Maxi Jet or about the Biggie lighter. This Defi Windproof lighter, performance and aesthetics, and reliability. Again, I was in Ireland playing golf. I was at Royal Portrush, and the wind blows out there, not a problem. Okay, and it's almost to the point where, which I should have did, but I was just too cold to go out this past weekend when the wind was blowing and the snow was coming down and the wind chill was minus 15 to use my Defi Windproof with, but I stayed indoors. But that lighter is without question a rock star.
It is. I mean, it's comfortable. It's easy to use. It's got a nice strike to it. It's a nice click. Lights every time. And it does. It holds up. And, as someone who, and I'm not shy about it, but, most people who know me know. I mean, I carry around my line 2. I mean, some people have line 2s and they stay in the house and they use them for when they have a really nice cigar. They it's like we pull it out on occasions. And that's not a knock. And everyone has their own thing, and I respect everybody for it's not a cheap lighter. I get it. But I carry mine around, as you know. My classic black lacquer line 2 goes with me everywhere. I use it, and you can tell when you look at it. And it's funny because when I remember sitting down a couple of years ago in your booth with Alain Cravette, and I had it on the table, and he picked it. He goes, "Is this your line 2?" I go, "Yeah." He's like, "You use it?" Because, it's all scratched and beat up. And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I like to see that. I like to see that people use it." And I never forgot that. And I thought that was he was like impressed that it wasn't like flawless. He's like, "You use it. I like that. It has character." I'm like, "Yeah, I use it every day." And he was like, "Yeah, that's awesome." So, having said all that, I'm a soft flame guy. That's why I love the soft flame, and I like to have a reliable, good soft flame. I know I could get a D Jeep lighter. A lot of people, I get it. I like my line 2. I like my soft flame. Using this lighter, a little more affordable, obviously, but it's a soft flame, and it never goes out, and it's reliable. It's easy, it's great. I mean, it's a perfect package, and I think that if you like soft flame, this is a lighter you have to have. Because maybe you are a Dupont guy or a higher end lighter kind of guy, and you like that soft flame. And I know there's some other manufacturers that make some nice lighters, but maybe you don't want to carry it around every day. This is what you carry around for sure. I mean, if you don't want to carry around a line 2 and you love the soft flame, you got to have this. You got to carry this around because, I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's great. And everyone that's used it so far has loved it. I got people asking me like, what is that? Oh, and they ask the questions and, well, how much is it? And where can I get it? And and people are very interested in it. So, I agree. I think it was a great release. And once again, there's Dupont coming out, something cool.
Well, you know what? When I've always said this, when you're the market leader, you need to be the leader in the market. So whenever we introduce products, they're, not expected. It's expected for us to lead the market because of who we are and what we do, throughout the industry. The what's exciting too, shipping this week, we just launched a new table lighter. We haven't had a table lighter, I'm going to say 15, maybe 20 years, the old Jeroboam lighter. Those that know DuPont know what I'm talking about. But this table lighter is super cool. It really is the best of both worlds, where and it's probably 3 times the area of a line 2 lighter or a biggie lighter, but it has 2 different flames. And for instance, when you push in, the trigger, and then you push down, you get that windproof soft flame that you like, right? That's on the Defi. Then you have the option to then push up on the trigger, and it's got the Biggie 5 flame flat flame jet blue torch. And again, innovative styling, luxury, everything is the DNA of the brand, fits into this lighter. Shipping this week, super excited to have that coming out. And what's funny is that it's a big lighter, right? And yes, it's perfect for your, for Rhode Island, it's your spring, summer, and fall deck, out on your patio enjoying a cigar. But I'm convinced that a lot of consumers are going to throw that baby in their pocket and, excuse me while I whip this out, right? And they're going to, just going back to Little Blazing Saddles there for you. And they're gonna use that table lighter, even though it's marketed as a table lighter. It's no different than the size of some of these Swiss watches that are bigger than my wrist and my hand, that people like. They like big things. Yeah. So, and it's available in the diamond head pattern, but in a black lacquer trimmed in palladium, which is silver colored, and then a black lacquer trimmed in a gold color. So there's 2 finishes to it too. So that's going to be a biggie. That's going to be a big one, and that's shipping this week.
And what is the MSRP on that?
I have it right here. I got to go to $750. is for the biggie table lighter.
Yeah, in fact, I was going to roll right into that too, and you just went right for it. So I appreciate you bringing it up because that was literally where I was going, was that new table lighter. I knew it was coming, and I'm excited to play with that and try that out. It's
Yeah.
I have a few table lighters. I don't use them.
Where are they right now? Where are your few table lighters right now?
They're in the trunk over there with all the cigar accessories.
Yeah, they're not out, right? You're not using them,
No.
right? Why do you have them?
Because back, in my earlier days, I used to buy and use a lot of different lighters because I used to find them interesting or cool, and I wanted them, and I bought them, and they were nice to have, and just over time, I just didn't really feel a need for them, at least for me.
Right. I guarantee you, this one won't be in your trunk.
Yeah.
This one will be out. This will be out to show. This will be out to use. Obviously, you could start it off with the soft, windproof yellow flame, and then you can touch it up with your 5 flat flame as well too. So, I guarantee you, this one's going to be. Put it this way: in about not at this PCA, but at the next PCA, if you bring it, Alain Crevette's going to say, "Wow, you use that lighter a lot."
Yeah, he probably would.
Yeah. And that's a good thing, by the way. That's a good thing.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, look, like I said before, I mean, you guys make some really awesome stuff, and I know not everyone uses it every day, but and again, they're works of art. They really are. I mean, especially some of the stuff I've seen over the years, especially at the show. There's been time you get like one of 4s or one of 1s. It's cool. But look, I think that part of that too is and there's a few I don't use every day, limited edition stuff like that. But they're meant to be used, and they need to be enjoyed. You could die tomorrow. You're gonna use it twice. I mean, use it. I love using my stuff and enjoying it, and I take care of it too.
People do that with watches. People do that with pens. Depending on where they're going, what they're doing, the mood that they're in, they're going to whip out this watch to go here, or they're going to whip out this watch to go there, or this pen, and for this lighter, it's the same thing. Where, look, I remember we did a survey. I think the average Dupont consumer has 6 Dupont lighters, average. And they're not bringing 6 with them when they go somewhere. They're bringing 1, but it's in a rotation. It's in the mood that they're in, who they're going to be with, where they're going, what they want to do. So it's all curated.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
No doubt.
Now there's also something else that I know you mentioned. You had coming out that you wanted to talk about tonight. You had a new Legrand that's coming out.
Oh yeah. So basically, kind of funny. It's also available in 2 finishes, both black lacquer like the table lighter, one in palladium and one in gold. So it's the same 2 finishes, but it's the Legrand, and the Legrand goes from soft flame, flick up the roller, and it converts into a blue flame. But the cool part about this baby and its lacquer is that it pings as well.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And, it's, no matter where you go and you're in in a lounge or wherever you're at and you hear that pinging thing, then it's, game's on, right? And then, I can remember I was in Davidoff Madison Avenue, and this is when they had the upstairs and the downstairs, the second floor, and I heard like 1 or 2 pings, and I'm like, yeah, this is music to my ears, right? Then, like, all of a sudden, there was the third one. Everybody started bing, bang, 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 right? Pinging out their lighters. I thought that was so cool. But this lighter is with which we call now our perfect ping, which is let's put it bluntly, it's the loudest, most perfect ping that you would want on your lighter. And those retail for $17.95. Those are shipping next week. So we have two major launches, and look, if you look at planning and everything, and you could say, well, dude, these sound really good here. What because in what is this? The middle of February? What's it? The 11th? So let's say in 60 days, 65, 7 days, we're going to be in New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you hold back on such strong introductions? And the truth being told is that we have a lot more strong introductions coming right now. We have an unbelievably cool limited edition. We have another new lighter. We have a lot of. You're going to be very busy in our booth at PCA, because you also our year is patterned quarterly. It's not patterned for the third week of April, right? So, and you want to make sure that your launches congruently are spread out throughout the year. So we have two heavyweights next week with the table lighter and the new Legrand. But there's, I'm looking at my screen here now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like, without sharing a lot, there's a half a dozen things that we haven't put on the market yet, right?
Wow, so, that's a lot.
Yeah, and it's going to be an awesome 2026 for Dupont and for the retailers and for the media, and quite frankly, the most important thing is for the consumers. It's all about the consumer. It's all about getting what they want and making sure that it is the best of the best.
I agree. I mean, that's at the end of the day. I mean, the consumers. That's what makes it all happen. I mean, they're the ones buying the products. That's how you make your money. So, yeah, of course. I mean, and believe me, they find it exciting because we put out wrapper, binder, filler, and there's cigars that some of them get some excitement and whatnot, and people are generally interested in that stuff. Don't get me wrong. I mean, when new cigars come out, people want to know, like, oh, I got to try that. I want to know this, and I like this brand. I only smoke this brand, so like, oh, I got to try that. But having said all that, like I said before, when the accessory stuff, it's almost like cigar releases. It's like, oh, that's cool. I'll have to try that. New accessory. It's like, what you got over there? I check that out. The lean in, they're a little bit more like, oh, what is that? They really want to know. They really want to see it, and it grabs them more. In my experience, I mean, so it's always exciting, and doing the accessories and having the accessory people like yourself on the show is always nice because for that reason, they generally find. I can't tell you. I've gotten a few messages over the years. People asking, like, where can I buy that cigar? From time to time, it happens. When I have certain accessories on the show, I can't tell you how many messages I've got from one accessory. Oh, I got to buy that, or I did buy that, or just I bought that, or I bought 2 of those, or I bought this one and I bought that one. I hear more from the audience that write to me and talk to me. I hear more about accessories they buy than cigars. It's probably because the cigars are like, of course I'm going to buy the cigars. But the accessories, it's like, oh, I love this lighter. I bought this.
I think first of all, I'm all for all new cigar companies with new launches. It adds excitement to the retailer.
Sure.
It adds freshness to the humidor. And without cigars, I wouldn't be sitting here with you today. But what I can tell you is, and let's use your line 2 lighter, right?
Yeah.
Your line 2 lighter, and I wish it was a consumable and it burned and you had to buy a new one twice a day. Okay? You don't. But that line 2 lighter is with you, and your Dupont cutter is with you, smoking a lot of different cigars, right? But these people, when they smoke it, they whip out their line 2 lighter, their Deafy windproof, their Biggie lighter, their Slim 7, their stand cutter, whatever they do.
Maxi
and
Jet.
It's starting the whole ritual of smoking that cigar. Be it a Fuente, be it a Perdomo, be it an Ashton, be it a Drew, be it a Perdomo, be it a Davidoff, whatever it may be. But the one constant is the Dupont Line 2 lighter and the cutter. And that's the beauty of the industry, is that, if your lighter and your cutter had a mind and talked, it would tell you, my God, okay, here we go. I'm smoking another anniversary, another 1926, or another Opus, or another Liga, whatever it is, right? Because that's what gets it going, right? And that's why the accessories are so important, because it really gets it going, where you can sit in a lounge, sit in your house, be on the golf course, be on your boat, be in the casino, wherever. But you got to light and cut that thing before you do anything. And that's where the accessories come into play in such an important role in the industry.
Absolutely. And I agree. My DuPonts, they've been with me through thousands of cigars.
Yeah.
And great cigars that I've enjoyed with social situations and good memories and stuff like that. But the cigars are gone, but the lighter and the cutter are still with me every day. So I agree. I don't leave home without them.
And that's exactly, what you're going to remember. A special occasion, or one of the best cigars you smoked, in a couple boom boom boom, and I guarantee you, it started off with your Stan Dupont cutter and your Line 2 lighter, right?
Yeah,
so it's
pretty much that's my primary duo.
So we play a very important role in the art, in the passion, in the love of smoking cigars, and that to me personally is important, because I know that our brand is part of that experience.
Yes, 100%. Well, not to pivot, but I got a couple of segments I want to get to before we go too deep into the show and run out of time. First is our news segment. Well, our news segment. It's Saka's Gripe of the Week, brought to you by Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, DTT. Another booth that's always hopping at the trade show because there's so many releases and everyone's lining up to get in there. It's one of the craziest booths in the show, so that's exciting to look forward to. But we're talking about Steve. So I'm either going to have a Steve Gripe of the Week, or if Steve doesn't have anything he's complaining about that week on social media, I'll step in and give one of my own. And I have a few of my own, but I did remember that Steve had a bone to pick with none other than one William Cooper of Indian Trail, North Carolina. For those who don't know, Steve took to Facebook the other day and said, I have had it with Cigar Coop, a.k.a. William Cooper. Look at his palate. His palate and my palate seldom align on cigars. So rarely do I comment on his reviews or top lists. Different strokes for different folks. I get it. No harm, no foul. But his rating of the Portillo Chicago Dog as a 7.25, a.k.a. above average in his words, is a travesty of monumental and inexcusable proportions. I have eaten Chicago dogs for 4+ decades all across this great nation of ours. I even took the tour at the Mecca of Chicago dogs, the Vienna Beef Hot Dog Factory, 3 times. Yes, 3 times, including a class on how to assemble the perfect Chicago dog from their chef de cuisine. I literally seek out Chicago dog places like a tweener girl hunting down Labubu plushies. I know Chicago dogs, damn it. Portillo's Chicago dog is a solid 9 out of 10, period. I'm done. I can't read any more of his reviews ever again. And that's Saka's Gripe of the Week with William Cooper. Going low on a score.
Hey Matt, I got to go. And this week I saw something on Instagram, and I sent it to Saka. It was actually, I'm a big Batman, the original 1966 fan, and he was and Batman and Robin were at the Dunbar, not Dunbarton, Dunbar, like hamburger shack. So I sent them the picture. Then I also said, by the way, this winter sucks. Boom, boom, boom. The snow, the cold, everything we talked about. His reply back was, "It's rough."
It's rough.
Yes. Yep. So I I can totally relate to him, to his comments, and it's been rough.
It's been rough. It's been rough.
Yep.
Also, welcome back to the show, our friends at Nova Cigar. That's right, make Nova big with the Platinum Nova collection from Nova Cigar. And it's also time for our other fun segment. This one involves you. It's our Perdomo segment. That's right, Perdomo Cigars featuring our 2025, maybe I should say both, our 2024 Cigar of the Year, the 30th anniversary Sun-Grown Epicure, and our 2025 Cigar of the Year, the Perdomo Legacy Nicaraguan Shade Grown. Both fantastic cigars. Back to back. The first back-to-back winner here at Smokin Tabacco. Went back-to-back at Cigar Coop as well. And I think the Cigar Authority. Did I get all those right?
Yeah.
I think so. I think those were all back-to-back winners. And I know you wanted Cigar Dojo, too. You got Cigar of the Year with Cigar Dojo. So he's got four. But it's our trivia segment. It's our trivia segment. So our trivia this week is going to be, I know you're a golf guy, so it's going to be golf trivia. Are you cool with that?
Let's go.
Oh,
Let's
man.
do it.
I can see the smile on his face. All right. Now, they're multiple choice. So if you want the choices, let me know. If you know it, you know it. But if you need the multiple choice, just let me know. I have them.
I don't know. I'm very into Olympic curling right now. I think I missed my boat on the senior division curling. I'm fascinated by it. Just so you know.
That's good to know. I'll have to save that in the back folder there for
maybe in the booth we'll freeze up the booth. I want to throw that curling rock and get that broom and start sweeping the ice.
It is interesting. I know what you're saying. You watch that and you're just like the broom.
I didn't miss. And by the way, it was the mixed doubles, and I'm watching it. I watched the United States beat Italy. They just lost to Sweden in the finals. Then I saw them against Great Britain. They lost to like Japan or someone that hasn't won yet. But just watching the strategy, just watching this whole thing, and here's a really cool thing. If you ever get to go to Scotland, you play Turnberry, which is where Stuart Sink beat Watson on the last hole, probably 10 years ago.
Yeah.
There's this big island called the Ailsa, Ailsa, the Ailsa Craig, and that's where all the curling rocks, whatever you call the ball things, the stones.
Yeah, the stones.
They're talk about a monopoly. They only come from the Ailsa Craig.
Really?
Unbelievable. Yeah. Walmart hasn't figured out anything in Arkansas to start mining and getting curling rocks or curling stones. I don't know what they're called, right? But I'm telling you, I got to go curling. Curling's cool.
Yeah. Can you even go do that anywhere?
I think you can. So I think, because we have friends, Jennifer's college roommate, they live in Needham, or Dedham, I think it's Needham, and they did curling. So, it's available. It's probably a thing that's, Minnesota's like the hotbed, Duluth, Minnesota, that's like where they all live.
Yeah.
But I know up in New England there's curling clubs and stuff like that. So it's I either want to do curling or I want to get in that one-man skeleton bobsledding, just go. I'm not going to do the ski
the
jumping
luge?
and the downhill. Oh, yeah, the luge. Yeah. That is cool. And
it's cool, but I get anxiety watching because I'm like crashing on that thing.
If I pull this off, will Smokin Tabacco sponsor me? And I'll have it like the NASCAR. I'll have it on my chest, Smokin Tabacco.
Oh, are you kidding me? 100%. I'll be all over that.
I think, and here's the thing. I know you can get hurt. You can't get hurt curling, right? There's no blades, anything of that. I can see you flying maybe off the track in the one-man luge, but it looks like that it almost looks very hard to go flying off that thing. But I want to do that. I'm really into the Olympics right now, as you can tell. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. I be honest
All right,
with
go back to your trivia.
Yeah. We could go all night on this. All right.
I get the answer. The answer is easy. Tiger Woods.
Yeah. Who has won the most major championships in men's golf?
Jack.
Yep, that's a good one. Let's start it off easy.
But by the way, Gary Player counts like other tournaments that he thinks are majors, I think too. But yeah. The Bear is the Bear, no doubt about it.
What is the lowest score possible on a single hole without a hole-in-one on a par 3?
I didn't go to school for math. What is the lowest score possible?
Meaning like the name, like Eagle Birdie.
Oh, you mean like
they're
not
looking
a
for
hole-in-one, like an albatross or something?
They're looking for the term, yeah. So what is the lowest score possible on a single hole without a hole-in-one on a par 3?
Yeah, so it's called an albatross. It's a 2 on a 5.
The answer I have is C, a condor.
All right.
Am I wrong?
I'm gonna. By the way, I'm gonna go back to Warner Wolf on the videotape and question that one though. But I don't know. What is that? Is
I didn't
on,
create these. That's my disclaimer. I got these. So whoever made it, it's on them. And I don't know.
Is this from the is this from the Nashua Par 3 course here? Is this from the pro shop at Nashua at the where the 18th hole was a pub? I don't know, but that's what I might have heard the word condor. I obviously haven't got one of those. I don't know, but I've heard of. I don't know what an albatross is.
An albatross was listed. So it was albatross, eagle, condor, or birdie.
So I would have phoned I would have done that lifeline, whatever to do. I would have separated it down to albatross and condor. I would have called a friend, one of my buddies still in the industry and golf industry, and I'm staying with the albatross though. I question that.
That's fair. That's fair. You can dispute it. Which golf tournament? That's too easy. No.
The Masters.
Yeah, literally, which golf tournament is played at Augusta National? I mean, the Masters. I mean, even if you don't play golf.
Yeah, and the next answer is Tiger. And the next answer is Tiger Woods.
No, the next one's a math one. No.
Math for me.
No, see, so some of these are easy, and I don't like the. Yeah, no. Okay, Who was the first golfer to win the Masters tournament?
Oh, I know this. Hold on.
Okay, here we go. Now this is what I wanted. I wanted some tough ones.
Shit. It's not Willie Parks. So there's a famous photo.
I have the multiple choice if it helps.
Yeah, but just wait, because I'm gonna pull this one out. I bet your Coop knows this.
Honestly, he probably does.
Well, first of all, I don't think Bobby Jones won the first one. Okay, what are the choices?
Bobby Jones. Gene Sarazen, Horton Smith, and Sam
what did
Snead.
I say? Hold on. Okay, it's not Snead. It's either. I didn't say Horton Smith. I said somebody else Smith, didn't I?
You didn't say Horton Smith.
No, I know, but I thought I said.
You said whoever you said is not on this list.
No, I know. Will you work with me here? I'm going to go with. No, I'm not. Look, I know the lure of Bobby Jones, but I've got to go with Horton Smith.
It's correct. That's correct.
But who did I say first?
I can't remember. I can't rewind it.
That's okay.
Not until after.
But anyway, look. There's a very famous photo of all the contestants standing outside of the clubhouse, and either Smith or Bobby Jones, somebody was like superimposed onto the photo. It's a very controversial photo that that's out there. That's not like the original. There's something crazy about that.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that because now either way I'm intrigued.
Yes, yeah, it's something. Coop might know that too, by the way.
Which female golfer has won the most major championships?
Okay, hold on. So hold on. I can tell you what I can't do is over the last 10 years because there's so many different. So I'm not going to go with Blaylock, Lopez, Betsy King, Beth Daniel. Oh, this might be a long shot, but I'm going to go with this one without you telling me and give me a hint.
Okay.
I don't think I'm right, but I'm going to go with Annika Sorenstam.
No, but she's one of the 4 listed.
Okay, so I get partial credit.
You're close. Yeah. You made the
who
list.
Are the other 3?
Mickey Wright, Patty Berg, Nancy Lopez.
Oh. So I said Lopez too. I already said her.
Yeah, but you said you didn't think it was Lopez.
I don't think it's her. No, I don't. But Nancy Lopez was married to that New York Mets third baseman, Knight. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, young man, young Jedi. I'll teach you the Force. Oh God.
Only if I can call you Obi-Wan.
That's you can. I'm not gonna go Mickey Wright, and I'm gonna. You know what? I brought her up, and I said she's not, but I think I'm wrong, but I got to go with Nancy Lopez just because it's during my era.
No.
Patty Berg.
Patty Berg.
Patty Berg. She played in like the 50s.
It's Patty Berg.
Okay, I'm gonna go with it. I'm not gonna doubt that you got that one at the actual part 3.
What is the name of the international team competition held every 2 years between Europe and the United States?
I'll get a better one for you. That's almost as easy as the Masters.
I was trying to give you something easy. I felt bad. You struggled.
I want you to tell me this past fall at what golf course the Ryder Cup was played.
I actually don't know.
Okay, so hold on. It's even better than that. It's on Long Island. It's at Bethpage State Park, but it's the black course at Bethpage. And hold on. I have, and I'm drawing a blank. Okay, ready for this? In 2 more years, where's the Ryder Cup at? I'll tell you. Adair Manor in Ireland.
You really got this down pat. You really got this down pat. I think golf was a good topic.
That was good. It's better than what is this weekend is the Daytona 500. I can't name you now. You know the new. I can't name any of them. But we should have done Olympic stuff because Olympic stuff is cool.
Yeah.
Are you a summer games or a winter games guy?
I mean, I don't really get deep into them, but like when they're on, like I'll get into there. I think if I had to go, I think for me it's winter. I think I find the winter.
Scenery.
Yeah, like I think the winter sports are more interesting. I don't know. Like I like the bobsledding, I like the luge, I like the curling, like. Even the downhill skiing can be intense. You know what I mean?
The downhill skiing is nuts. These guys have they must be so brain dead of fear, the way they fly down that hill.
I mean, look at Lindsey Vonn.
Oh yeah, I mean 41 years old. I think I give her credit for trying all that stuff. That was awful. That was so sad.
Yeah.
That was so sad to watch. But the U.S. women's hockey team crushed Canada today, 5-0.
Well, that's the other thing, hockey. I like the hockey.
Yeah, you know what the problem, though, is sometimes on these networks, like, and I love hockey, to watch hockey, but, like, I can't sit there for 2.5 hours and, what's it, every half hour is a period, 45 minutes. Like you're stuck doing that. I'll tell you what else. Here's something, and I don't know if you know this sport. It should be an Olympic sport. If they have, these crazy new sports that have come out every Olympics. Have you ever seen it's on ice, they skate, but they kind of go down a it's a course, and they zigzag, and there's 4 of them, and they're fighting around the corners. I don't know if that's an Olympic sport yet, but that's like, it's speed skating, but not on an oval. It's a legitimate track that's as weird as a luge track, and there's 4 guys just flying it's a sprint, but it takes like a minute and 20 seconds, whatever it is. That is super cool. I got to look that up on my. By the way, I have the app. I have the Milano Cortina app on my phone. That's how into it I am at night. And you know what the worst thing is? The worst thing is, because of the time change, you can't look at the app during the day because the event's already over. So it ruins Mike Tirico on NBC at night with the broadcast if you know the results.
Yeah.
So that European and east of us Olympics, that's an issue for me with the timing.
It's funny you mentioned Tirico, because I saw this thing actually earlier today, and it said, so on Sunday it said Mike Tirico from the field at the Super Bowl was doing commentary and coverage for the Olympics in Milan, and in 18 hours later he was in studio in Italy at the Olympics. Yeah.
So Mike Tirico might have the coolest job in the world.
Well, he's got to listen to Chris Collinsworth, so there's that.
Yeah, but you know what? I hear you. I hear you that. But
here's a guy that reminds me of Patrick Mahomes. It's like,
oh, Collinsworth.
Yeah. Every game he's like, now here's a guy. It's like, oh, here we go.
You said that. I saw your post on the here's a guy. But let me tell you, Mike Tirico is today's Jim Nance of yesteryear.
Okay,
Nance
that's a bold claim.
He used to go from the Final Four to Augusta, right? And
hello, friends.
Hello, friends. I'm not a fan, to be honest with you, but Mike Tirico has taken over his spot. I think is the number one voice of wherever he is. He's the guy.
Yeah.
That's my trivia question then to you. He's the guy. Who would be number 2? There isn't one. That does multiple sports. Like you can't say Aikman or Romo, right? And you can't say, these guys. You can't say who
would be the number 2? Like so if Tirico's 1, who's number 2?
That is multi-sports. There isn't one.
See, like there's a name that comes to mind, but Bob Costas?
Not a bad cut. Not a bad. Al Michaels does a lot too, by the way.
I was gonna go Al Michaels too. It was Costas and Michaels.
You know what? I'd give you Bob Costas because he kind of was in the 70s. It was all Jim McKay, right? You're too young Jedi.
I'm too young for that. Yeah.
Yes, but I will give you Bob Costas as number 2. Like if you were to do your Mount Rushmore, unfortunately Nance is on there, Costas is on there, McKay's on there, Howard Cosell's on there, and I don't know if Tirico's old enough to be on there yet.
Do you put Michaels on there?
Do you believe in miracles?
I do. 1980, Lake Placid.
Oh yeah.
You want to talk about the Olympics?
Yeah, that's about it. I'm trying to think.
I know enough stuff.
Yeah. No. I would.
See, for me, when I think of Costas, I think of the '90s NBA Finals. All of Jordan's, when he took the last shot, and he's like, that might be the last shot we ever see Michael Jordan take in the NBA.
No, I'm with you, and he made it anyway. He doesn't miss.
Yeah. I think of that first,
All these Mount Rushmore things are really cool. I think sentimentally, and I don't know if it's McKay or Cosell. Cosell was Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay. That's what I think of him the most. But he did Olympic stuff. Pat Summerall. Did Pat Summerall do things other than the NFL? I'm not sure. I don't know. Any more trivia stuff, or did I pass?
No, I mean, I had one more because I was curious if you would know it. It actually was not on the list. It's just something I kind of thought of based on a conversation that I had with someone.
Yeah, shoot it out. The answer is Tiger Woods.
What is the most exclusive golf course in the world?
So that's there is no. This is like voting. This is like voting for the NFL Rookie of the Year, and 60 sports writers do that.
Yeah.
So in the world, and
the one that I have, based on
I'm going to give you my list. I'm going to give you 5 in a kind of particular.
I actually, so it gives me like a most considered, and then it does give me like several below.
Okay, so I'm going to give you several here.
Okay.
I'm going to give you several in no order. And it goes Seminole, Augusta, Pine Valley, Cypress Point, and then in Scotland it's Muirfield, and I'm going to stop there.
So I have, which is widely considered the most exclusive golf course in the world, featuring fewer than 50 members and an ultra-private, billionaire-focused, minimalist layout, is Shanquin Bay in China. But
by the way, we just lost a lot of viewers.
But I have the top most exclusive golf courses: Shanquin Bay, Cypress Point Club in California, Pine Valley Golf Club, New Jersey, Naruo Golf Club in Japan,
never been there,
Augusta National Golf Club, and Sebenak Golf Club in New York.
Oh yeah. That's out on the island. That's new, but no. Look, that's such a hard answer because you also have Fisher's Island, which is on Long Island Sound near me.
Yeah.
That probably has 100 members. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of members that are at Fisher's Island, right? You know, you've got Sankey Head on Nantucket, not a lot of members. It's I guess what it comes down to is how do you Indian Creek in Miami, that should be on that list. I don't know. I mean the deal is that Augusta's going to get votes from everybody because of what it is. My Father, Son, Holy Ghost is Augusta, Seminole, and Cypress Point, and you can have the rest.
Yeah. No, I was just I did a quick search and that's what I got. I was curious. It's funny because I was having a conversation with one of my apprentices this week, and he's a big golfer, and he was talking to me about some of some of these courses, and how hard they are even just to get into. And he mentioned for example, there's a you probably know it. There's a golf course in Newton, Massachusetts, I believe. I think is it Castle something. And when Tom Brady lived here, he's a big golfer. I guess they actually declined his membership because they didn't want any celebrities. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. He goes, it's the whole thing. And I was like, and we kind of got into this conversation about like golf courses and like the memberships and how exclusive it is. And like there's some courses that are like, they'll let, you have to be like really tied into to even be considered a member, and then you can bring a guest, and if a guest comes and they don't have the right thing, they'll send someone to go get it and bring it to them, and all these different things. And I was like, wow. And he was just we had this conversation, and it was really interesting, just about all sorts of different stuff like that. And it was interesting.
So the big three in Boston are Brookline, the Country Club, Charles River, and Myopia Hunt would be, in my opinion, the big three. Boston, not on the Cape and all that stuff. I just, you hear these stories, and it takes away so much of how great the game of golf is that, oh my God, you didn't have a yellow shirt on and we only wear yellow. Or, I understand you don't show up with a Vineyard Vines cut T-shirt. I get that, right?
Right.
But the whole stuff. It also depends on, a lot of these clubs now want the money from the USGA or the PGA Tour, so they got to loosen the strings on their membership stuff. I'm all for anybody going anywhere. And, I mentioned Muirfield in Scotland because they have lunch at Muirfield. You have to have a sport coat on. I get off the golf course, right? All of a sudden I got to put a sport coat on, a jacket on to have lunch.
Yeah.
You do it from the tradition. I get that. But, come on, guys. I'm not playing with a sport coat walking down the 8th hole, am I? You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
So it's all, I don't know. That's a part of the game that it does bother me. Understand what the reasoning, or maybe I don't understand it fully enough, but I know the reasoning, and a lot of it is also legacy and family and handed down and all that stuff, and kind of get that. But there's so many good golf courses out there that to have to spend all the. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't even know what Pebble is now. $1,200 to play golf, something like that. You gotta be out of your mind.
Yeah.
I mean that. $1,200. I'll go on the space shuttle for $1,200 before I'll go play 8. Just little things. It makes the game, kind of. I don't know. I guess, and I don't know this, but what does it cost to play at Roland Garros or play at Wimbledon? Right?
Yeah.
You want to go play on the grass or on the clay? I don't know. Maybe it is inexpensive. I have no idea. But it's that whole snootiness of the game. And there's extremes. This past weekend was Waste Management out at TPC Scottsdale. I mean, there's people passing out because they're so drunk and screaming. The fans love it. Some of the players love it. But, then you go to Augusta, and if you sneeze the wrong way, you probably get your badge taken away. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many opposite ends
right.
of the patrons, Jim Nance, the patrons, versus the people that at 7 a.m. sprint to the 16th hole at TPC so they can get drunk and scream when a player misses the green or makes a hole in one, whatever. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, one of my things is I want to get more into golf this year. Like, not just like playing it, but like watching it and following it. Because I never really did, but I've been in a few situations, mostly in cigar lounges, when they got the game on, and people are watching it, and I just find myself being like, yeah, like what's gonna happen here? And I get like very interested in it, and I need to follow it more. I want to get into it.
I mean, the thing about golf, and I played a ton as a junior and in school and stuff like that, and I don't hardly play that much anymore. It takes a lot of time. But these guys, like you stand on the first tee at Bethpage where the Ryder Cup was, and DeChambeau's taking it to the right over the trees toward the green. Like I'm on that tee, I don't even look to the right at those trees. I'm looking down like these guys are so good. They hit it so far. But they work on these are the best of the best. And until you play a golf course where you've seen it on TV and see where these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4 at Oakmont, was it? I forget who knocked it on in 2. What's the guy from the European? John Rahm. John Rahm hit driver like 6-iron. Par 5 on the 4th hole at Oakmont on the green. I can't do that if Hurricane Gloria was behind me and my ball hit the Pennsylvania Turnpike and bounced 200 yards. Like, these guys are so good.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. How far they hit it. McIlroy, how far he hits it is just DeChambeau. He's just, I mean, he's ungodly. It's a good game. It takes a lot of time. Takes a lot of patience. It's a great game. I'm glad I did what I did. It builds character. You meet a lot of people. You learn how to handle yourself. You learn, you learn how to be patient, stuff like that. It's a great game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go for it. And then you know what? I guarantee you, Nick and NP3 will put Perdomo on your golf bag. You take it out on the range and on the golf course and have yourself a Perdomo bag.
Yeah, they totally would. Well, anyway, Les, we're getting towards the end of the show, so it's that time to kind of wrap it up. But first, I want to say thank you very much for being here. It's a blast
pleasure.
having you here. And can't wait to have you on again next time. And I'll see you at the trade show, which will be great.
Yeah, for sure. Is Nicole coming this year?
She's coming. God forbid something happens.
Anastasia's with your mom?
Yes.
Whoa. But your mom was the one. No, that was TPE where she bought the pastries, right?
Yeah, it was TPE. Yeah, we're not doing TPE this year.
No, we're not. No, but I mean, those pastries, I was remembering your mom at TPE with those pastries, brought one to me in the booth, and I got it everywhere. It crumbled. It's like this giant flaky thing ended up all over me. But it was good.
Yeah, she got a whole box. She walked around the trade show floor, handing them out.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, hey, thanks for having me, pal.
Absolutely. Anytime.
That's
You know
great.
that. Yeah, so that's our show. And my mom says hi. Actually, she's there.
There you go.
But that's the end of our show. So, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. And as always, like and subscribe everywhere you get your podcasts. And as always, visit smokintabacco.com for more news, reviews, and updates from the cigar industry. And we'll see you next week. Take care.